What up, Blockheads? Today we're going to be changing out the levers on the Yamaha R6, and we're replacing them with a pair of Shorty levers, golden color, that match the forks. You guys can see here, pretty good match, or here as well, pretty good match. So yeah, basically swapping those out should be a pretty easy swap. There's a couple other how-tos online, but you guys know how I do over here at Blockhead. Basically try to kind of make my own how-tos, just really get you guys in there to see what we're doing. So we're actually going to start with the clutch side. I have put the bike up on a lift just so it's nice and even, so this side isn't hanging really far down towards you, you know. And then what you're going to start with, you're going to get a 10mm wrench and you're going to loosen this. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. You're going to loosen this nut that is on this bolt right here. You're going to get in there. Like, it's not a ton of clearance between, you know, there and there, but you're gonna basically put it on, twist, make sure the top part here isn't rotating with it. And once you start to get it loose, if you have a socket, you can use a socket as well. I did use a socket, 10mm, like I said, had enough clearance, turn, loosen it all up. All right, so I'm gonna get that off real quick and then we'll be right back. All right, after you've got that nut off of the bolt, it should come out just like that. All right, bolt's loosened up, good to go. Be sure not to drop the nut there, you know, down into there, just because, I mean, to avoid the headache. All right, so after that, you're going to want to remove the bolt. Obviously, don't lose it. And now you're going to want to adjust your clutch cable pretty much as you can. You guys have this little piece that puts tension on it, right? You guys can pull it up like that. Be much easier to turn. After you're done loosening that up, the notch right here in the wheel, the adjuster needs to actually match the notch in the lever. So you're gonna line that up. It's a pain in the ass. All right, so you see what I mean right there? Lined up, lined up. And that's gonna allow you to basically take the cable out. You're gonna pull it. All right, so you're gonna pull towards the bike on the clutch cable, right here, right? And it is a little difficult, but if you guys see right here, you basically have to get that little piece of metal over the lip right there, like this, right? So the metal on the actual cable over the adjuster piece, right? I mean, you just need to really pull on it. There we go. And then that's you're gonna pull it forward, basically through that notch, just like that. Clutch cable comes free, or the clutch cable and the clutch lever comes free. All right, so at this point, you're going to rotate it, and then you want to make sure you don't lose this little piece. All right, because this little piece will come off, so make sure you don't lose that little piece. All right, so you guys will also notice in the lever that you took off that there is a bushing on the inside of there. Some levers will require that you take out that bushing. Some levers don't. The levers that I have do not, because they're already basically made to that size. So if you guys have levers that you need to take that bushing out, go ahead and take that bushing out and place it in your new levers. All right, so now what you want to do is you want to take the lever that you're replacing it with, and you're going to take that clutch cable and you're going to place it in there basically exactly how the factory one was. All right, just like that. Be sure you line up the channel. So after you've got that back in, you're gonna rotate it over. You're gonna put the lever basically right back where it goes in here. Line up the holes. You're going to take the bolt. You're gonna put your bolt back through, and you're going to thread the nut back onto the bolt. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I can't be holding the GoPro and do that at the same time, so yeah, just thread the nut back onto the bolt down there. All right, so also, if you have your bars angled left, it's not gonna give you as much room. If you have them angled more right, it's gonna give you more room in here to work with, and it also pushes the clutch cable this way a little bit. So you're gonna tighten this nut down on the bolt. This does push down into, like, pretty far into here. So basically wiggle it back and forth and push it down until you feel it latch, and it'll basically catch. Don't tighten it all the way down just yet. You're gonna wanna kind of press the clutch lever here, and so you're gonna wanna basically pull the clutch cable back in and reseat it into here. All right, that's a little more difficult than you would think. All right, so afterwards, go ahead and tighten this back down. You'll kind of get a feeling for kind of how tight you need to make it. If you over tighten it, basically it's gonna squeeze this part of the clutch, and it'll stick. So you don't want it like too crazy tight, but you don't want it too loose either. So after that, you're gonna adjust the tension of your clutch to what you want it at, and it should be good. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm actually gonna take it off of the stand, and I'm gonna roll it back and forth just to make sure that the clutch is engaging and that that's good to go. Yeah, so it's not bad. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of wobble or anything like that at all, so that's good. So adjusting it, you guys can see like this is the farthest out, and this is the closest in. So when your hand's there, you know, that's what it'll look like. So here, that's a little close for me, so I'll probably have it about there. So a good way to test it out is to get on the bike. So I've got it in neutral right here, right? So it's able to move back and forth freely. So basically what you want to do is you're going to put it down into gear. So clutch in, down into first. And so now when you try and push the bike back and forth with it in gear, it's not gonna move, right? So to see if the clutch is actually engaging, and I'm checking it at the lowest setting, because if it works at the lowest setting, obviously it's going to work, you know, at all the rest of these settings as well. So checking it at the lowest setting, if I'm pushing forward, it doesn't move, pull clutch in, I should be able to push forward. Yep. All right, so it moves, I'm able to push forward, which means the clutch lever and cable is working correctly. And then when I let it go, I should stop. Yep. Cool. All right, so clutch side all done. Let's get on to the brake side. All right, so on the brake side, it's very similar. A few small differences though. Basically with this bolt, your same 10 millimeter, you're gonna loosen the nut on the bottom side. After you've loosened it up so much, you can actually spin it by hand, boom, it comes right off. All right, then you're gonna get a flathead screwdriver for here, and you're going to fold this down out of the way. So you're gonna slowly come back on this, unscrew the flathead here, and you're going to want to hold on to the brake lever so that it doesn't spring out. Once you get it about halfway, you should be able to do the rest by hand. And you can feel the tension on it whenever you're unscrewing it as well. So you guys will know what I mean. You gotta like press it inwards while you're undoing it to basically catch it. So whenever the tension comes off of it. All right, there you go. All right, brake lever is free. There you have it. All right, so after you've got that one removed, you're gonna grab your new replacement brake lever. You're going to line up the holes, just like that. You're going to take that bolt that you just took out with the flathead, line it up, place it in. Oh shit, I'm bleeding. How did that happen? Pretty much a guaranteed whenever you're working on auto parts stuff that you start bleeding, right? Damn it. So you're gonna basically tighten that up by hand. You can hear it basically actuating the switch right there, which is for the brakes. If you guys even want to check on that before you continue, go ahead and turn the bike on and make sure that the brakes are working. Yep, working. So after you've gotten that tightened down as much as you can by hand, just gonna grab your flathead once again, go ahead and tighten it down the rest of the way, snug it down, and then you're going to take that nut that you removed and you're going to put that back on the bottom side. Once again, I do need 2 hands for that. Same blood. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that back up, put it on the bolt right there. All right, once you do have that bolt tightened on the bottom, after a certain point, it is going to start spinning the bolt at the top. Oh, maybe not. But if it does, like spin up here, obviously you want to take your flathead screwdriver, but put the screwdriver there to hold it, like that, while ratcheting at the bottom. All right, and so that is brake lever installed. Awesome. So basically, both sides installed, clutch side, brake side. That is what it looks like. Now, also just to mention, you do want to adjust your clutch cable to the factory spec, which you guys should be able to find in your handbook. So be sure to go ahead and look that up. So just to finish it off, I'm actually going to take it for a little quick test ride, just to make sure everything's, you know, acting properly. Make sure the brake lever is actually braking and that the clutch side feels nice and solid. So let's go take it for a ride real quick, and yeah, that'll finish it up. All right, they feel good. Brake works well. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Clutch works. Gotta actually work on that clutchless shifting. Oh, what the hell is that? Big old thing of trash? Come on, people. Come on, cagers. Cool, yo. Well, they work. I'll go to rates. Now, if I could only find a mod to take away, to basically cancel the blinkers after I've turned, that'd be awesome. It's funny, the settings on them are so different, but it's basically whatever you guys are comfortable with. You know, if you guys are comfortable with like it being closer, you can adjust that. If you guys are closer or more comfortable with the clutch being closer or the brake being further, that seems to be kind of where I'm at right now. I don't like to reach as far out for the clutch, you know, versus the brake. Kind of like to have a little more room, I guess. But I mean, you can easily adjust them on the fly, just like that. So cool, I hope you guys have enjoyed the how-to video. Hope it helped. If you guys have any questions on anything, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I will answer to the best of my knowledge. I'm not doing like a review of these. Like I said, this is just an install. A lot of clutch levers and a lot of levers out there should be very similar. So by no means, like I said, I'm not a licensed mechanic. I'm not a professional mechanic or anything. I'm just a dude who enjoys riding motorcycles and working on bikes in the garage. So read the disclaimers below. Do everything at your own risk. I assume no responsibilities for anything that you do to your bike. It's all on you. It's actually my first time using the cell phone holder bit. Seems to be working out pretty well. Of course, this guy's on his freaking phone. Alright, yo, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to go ahead and give it a like. Like I said, if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. And if you guys aren't subscribed already, be sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. Oh man, there's a lot of traffic up here. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out then. Well, I guess I was in the middle of doing my sign out, so that works out, huh? A bump. Ugh. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there. Stay vigilant. And I'll catch y'all later. Deuces. Dude getting out of his car for? Get back in your f***ing car. Yeah, they look good. I like them. I like them a lot.